Welcome back to the podcast, and you're listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And of course, I have my two co-hosts, Jason and Tasha. Say hey, y'all.
Hey.
Peace.
So what's good, guys? Look, let me say first, guys, I'm a little mad at Jason.
For what?
But I'm gonna get over it.
You know what?
You know what? Jason been slacking.
It's not even that serious, man.
It is to me.
Always the men. Always freaking
Always the men.
slacking.
Right.
Always slacking.
Slacker.
This inside business, I won't air it out, but it's not really even that serious.
It was serious, guys.
It's serious to me, guys. See, that's the thing with men. They don't want to acknowledge what's serious to the women. This is serious to me and not serious to you.
And I apologize. And I'll apologize again on camera, Tash. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You ain't say sorry to me because I'm over here.
Tash, I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and forgive him. So, Jason, what you been up to?
I'm a lot. In and out of town. Going back out of town again this weekend.
Starting to live your best life. You starting to live your best life now?
No, well, I mean, unfortunately, my wife's aunt died. She died.
Okay. Sorry.
So that's why we gotta
Condolences
go back out of town again. But yeah, trying to do some things to start a business. I didn't realize how hard this, like, it's a lot more than what I thought had to go into it. So now I'm like catching my skin. I'm like, today I was feeling discouraged, and shout out to my man Nashim. He taught me out of discouragement today.
Nice.
So thank you for that, man.
Nice. And you always gotta get, when you trying to do your own thing, it will be so much things that's gonna deter you.
Yeah.
You know, some days it's gonna be like, oh, it's popping, and then some days things kind of get slow, but you just gotta trust the process. That's my new phrase, trust the process. The back to school drive, donations are very slow, but I'm not gonna get discouraged about it. I'm just gonna be like, listen, I put it in God's hands, and I trust that it's gonna be a successful event. What about you, Tash? What you been up to?
Well, I've also been working on my stuff, so I actually went and did my photo shoot.
Okay.
What we ain't seen no pictures.
She gave us a sneak
I
peek.
gave a sneak peek. That was just a sneak peek.
I ain't seen no sneak peek.
Because you don't pay attention to anything.
Guys.
You don't pay attention.
You don't pay attention. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I was working on my photo shoot, and then also I did a small, kind of like interview, just so that I can use on my website, stuff like that. So I'm excited, nervous, excited. I think I was more nervous. It hit me when I was doing my photo shoot,
Right.
and I was just sitting there like, oh my God, in that basking in the moment. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming to life, it's coming to life. So stay tuned. I'm moving like a snail, I swear. But it's that fear that be holding us back sometimes. But you be nervous, still thinking like, should I do it this way? Should I do it that way? So I'm still a little nervous, but it's coming together.
This is win.
This is win. This is a win. Yes, definitely a win.
Nice. I cannot wait to see what you have in store.
Yes.
I'm excited. Well, for me, I just been still working on my craft. This week or last week, I did an event, Battle of the Brands. I was a part of that event, and Jason came along to help again. Thank you so much for helping me, because I don't know if I would have made it by myself. It was so much work, but it was a lot of fun. We did the videography and photography for the event, and I think we did good. We were working the crowd. I was a little disappointed. The lighting in the place is a little bit off, and I don't feel like I have the best camera. I'm gonna have to invest in a better camera. At the time when I bought it, it was the bomb.
But don't you hate that though? Like, people always want you to do pictures, but they want the lights off.
No, it was the owner. The owner wanted, we wanted the light on. The owner was, oh, we need the lights on. I mean, we could,
But you want pictures. They want pictures.
Yeah, so, and I have lighting. It wasn't enough for that space, but it still was fun. It was a good experience, a learning experience. Just seeing young entrepreneurs between the ages of 13 and 25 out there, like, pitching their ideas. It was amazing. Like,
what was that the young lady's name?
Rihanna.
Rihanna. I don't know if you'll see this, young lady, but please, whatever that idea, that pitch that you had, remember when we spoke, don't stop. Like, that hit me. You know what I'm saying? And I know that touched a lot of other people there. Don't stop, young lady. That's an awesome idea. And we need that. We need you in our community.
Yes.
Right?
So it was awesome. So big ups to Dr. Lakeisha Ross for putting on that event. It was beautiful. It was well put together. Again, the experience was just breathtaking. Jason hating himself, gonna pull me to the side, talk about damn.
What? Damn what?
I didn't know it was so, like, you know what I'm saying? I know it was a big next time we gotta wear all black. I said, so you be sleeping on me.
Nah. So the thing is, Tash asked me to come out to do this event, whatever. I thought it was a little small thing, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting this big grandiose event. I mean, it wasn't grandiose, it wasn't like the Oscars or nothing like that, but it was a lot bigger than what I thought it was gonna be. So next time we need to wear all black. So you saw the underbooty there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
you gotta be with it, Jason.
yeah, but I didn't realize.
Right, he was sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's gonna be this little thing. I did it. Next time, you know. Y'all know I'm salty. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still a little salty at Jason, so I'm gonna come for him or whatever.
I asked you, do you want a hug?
No.
Can I give you a hug?
No, because I'm still upset.
Before the end of the episode, I'm gonna give Tasha a hug.
No.
Alright.
So,
I can't with y'all.
at the end of the day, it was a great event, and I'm just excited about everything. Again, I always say this, but I'm excited about everything that's going on. Oh, my book of the week. Guys, I'm struggling. The weight. That damn book's so boring.
Ooh.
It is. I'm
I
sorry.
heard it was kind of good.
What is this?
The weight. I don't know if...
Well, that's because you shouldn't have read that. You should have got something else. After you read what you read, you jumped right to
No,
the
but
next one.
I tried the weight already in the past, and I said, let me finish it. Because, you know, sometimes you start a book, you want to just finish it. And so I was like, let me just do it and just finish it. I don't know. I feel like they're not being real. Like, if you're going to talk about being celibate before you get married, until you're married, tell me the raw. Like, tell me the real deal. Like, what you had to do? At what point did you struggle with masturbation? At what point did you struggle? You know what I'm saying? I want to hear the struggles.
Who's the author?
Megan Good and her husband. I forgot his name right now.
Oh.
Yeah, like, I feel like they didn't. Right. I feel like they gave us the cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying? How the cookie cutter, you know. I want the raw. Right, the clean version. I want the raw. Like, if you gonna do that, tell me the raw. What you had to do to get there. Like, that's real life people. They want to know, like, what you had to do to get to that point when you was able to wait till you were married. You know what I'm saying?
You got praying fast.
I mean, yeah, they said that, and I expected that to be, but I want the raw. That's like that's what I expect.
You wanted them to say that they snuck in the closet a couple times.
No, I'm not saying all that, but I'm just saying like the real deal. If you're gonna be celibate, especially when you've had a sexual past, it's gonna be struggles to get to that, to even do that. You know what I'm saying? He's in the book. He said he was celibate for like 10 years prior to meeting Megan Good.
You believe it? You don't believe it?
He said he was, so I gotta believe what he said.
Shouts to that dude. Shouts to because that's
Shout out to 10 years of being celibate.
That's a feat right there.
So I mean, but anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, guys. So let's jump into it. So what y'all think about this shooting of, how you say his name? XXXTentacion?
Yo, I never know none of his music. I don't even know how to pronounce the man's name. However, it's a young man. He's a rapper, and he was killed. You know what I'm saying? And this has happened time and time again. I could go back, and this happened before Biggie and Tupac. This happened before. You know, there's so many other rappers that this has happened to. I don't know why, but this black on black crime gotta stop, man.
Yes.
Well, Tosh, I know you as well. You probably didn't know him either that much as an artist, but I know you say your children were into him. How do they feel about everything?
Well, I took it a little bit to heart. It really bothered me because it is one of my son's favorite artists. So I do know of him and his music because I have listened to it, you know, through my children. They listen to it all the time. So I know plenty of songs that he has. I mean, I look at the situation, like you said, like I'm just tired of the whole, this is the generation that we live in, unfortunately. This is what the generation is this is their reality. This is what's going on. With that artist though, I think it touched a lot of people because he was, even though he had a dark past, he had a lot of things that was going on, just like any other person. We all make mistakes, we have flaws, we have issues. He tried to, his music was his way of releasing those issues, and I think it touched a lot of the youth because they felt what he felt, and they were able to get through some of the things they can get through by listening to his, you know, his words.
Right.
So a lot of kids kind of, you know, was kind of one-on-one, right? You know, vibe with him, and it did. And I think a lot of other artists too, because he wasn't one of those that actually went out looking for trouble. As when you see a lot of these other artists, they kind of like throw it out there that they, you know, they bad this and that. But this is a kid that actually had trouble with his past, and he wanted to kind of be positive and make changes in his life. So he talked about it, yes. And but I think for me, because you know the spiritual side of it, he had a lot of demons he was fighting. You know, I know we were talking about earlier. You said how he looked kind of demonic a little bit.
To me, yeah.
But I felt like with anybody that's going through a negative, you know, spiritual and that kind of realm, like, yeah, you're gonna see that. And I think he said it himself. He had a lot of demons he was fighting. I mean, I read certain things where he said there was times when he bashed his head in the wall. There were things that he did, like I know there was some allegations with abuse with his ex-girlfriend of his.
Yeah.
Where he even like took I think it was a barbecue.
Yeah, I saw a picture.
And he wanted to like, you know, push it up her vagina and things like that. But again, you know, we don't really focus on the negative, because that's what we do. They pull out all the negative. Hey, this kid had these issues, At the end of the day, we all have negative things that go on in our lives. We don't talk about it. We just kind of sugarcoat it for everybody and make it seem like
everything is all good.
But at the end of the day, this was somebody that was struggling with their past, and they used the music. We wouldn't even know about it until because they used their music to try to, you know, that was his medicine. But he wanted to make changes. He was trying to be positive, you know, and that's all that mattered at the end of the day. If you know, it's one thing to be negative and then speak on negativity, but to be negative and want to try to change it and be positive, that says a lot about that person. Not only was he, you know, in 3 years he did a lot. In 3 years this kid did a lot, you know, and he's leaving a legacy, whether you like it or not. He's leaving a lot of youth with some type of memory, you know, or so. And that's was his thing. I actually posted something on that. When he left, he wanted to be positive, and if something happened to him, he wanted to know that the kids valued his work. Right. That's all that meant. That's all that he you know. He lived through his purpose, and you know what I mean, and that was it. So,
and I didn't like when, you know, because obviously when people pass away, you know, you're doing the condolence, you want to talk more on the positive. Right. And when it first went down, that's how, you know, it was. Now I'm seeing people posting stuff, you know, about the girl that he beat up, and I think she's now blind in one eye, you know, because of whatever happened. And I'm like, it still doesn't justify. Obviously, it's dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like when Chris Brown went through whatever he's been through, they punished him for that. People stopped listening to his music, whatever. However, people felt like they wanted to handle that situation. R. Kelly, whenever he did what he did, or what he's doing, people choose things like, all right, I'm not gonna listen to, I'm not gonna support, but that doesn't justify a life. Like people trying to throw it in there, like, oh, y'all saying rest in peace and this, and he did this, and I mean, like Tasha said, everybody has a past. People do things out of anger that they may not, you know. Some people don't have self-control. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, okay, because he didn't have self-control, what he did was right. What I'm saying is people make mistakes, and obviously that was a mistake. That doesn't mean or justify, okay, boom, because he did that, his life needs to be taken.
Is that a mistake though?
I mean, you know, I can't say yay or nay if it was. I just feel like whatever it was, it doesn't justify his life. Like, what he did was wrong.
Nothing ever justifies.
Right. What he did was wrong, but it just kind of like, the way people was throwing it out there was as if, like saying, oh, he did this, and y'all saying rest in peace. I mean, the man you know, passed away. Of course you're gonna, you know, and when most times when people pass away, you reflect on the positive. You're not gonna sit back and reflect on the negative things that the person may have gone through. We are all human, and we all make mistakes. We all do things that we wish we could take back, say things that we wish we never said. So I just feel like, yes, what he did was wrong and it's not justifiable, but it doesn't justify a life being taken away. So, and two, another thing that I have to say too, it's getting crazy with these cameras. Like, you know, people were saying that if, you know, maybe they call 911 a little faster. People out there with their cameras trying to videotape what went down instead of trying to call for help.
Well, you know what, and that's going into, like, I was just about to, you know, try to flip the conversation a little bit, because this generation right here, this generation right here this is wild, right? Our generation, we were out. I remember my mom saying, "Yo, y'all generation, this and that, whatever." Yo, we were bad all day, but compared to this right here, and I'm like, it's just on a whole other level. Like it's I noticed that everybody wants attention. Everyone craves attention. Where attention whores. Now this generation is an attention whores, man. Like instead of saving someone, like I was watching a video last year. This dude was drowning in a lake. And these guys videotape it laughing. Yo, son, yo. My man, help. Hands sink, and they videotape the joint. Like, if you scared of the water, or call somebody, you know what I'm saying? My man is in the car, you know, who knows? He could have maybe been saved, but people want to pull out their phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the boy who allegedly, who is saying might have done it, tweeted, OMG, I just shot XXXTentacion or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next tweet, something like, yo, this is gonna go, I'm about to be viral.
Viral, right. And then now when
me
word
shoot
come
somebody
out,
and then go on Twitter and say, I did.
And then the man died, and that's everybody gonna take their words back. Oh,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because they probably wanted credit for it when they thought that it was like he got shot, but he would be able to recover. But when I was coming up, dudes who did stuff did it in the shadows. Right. And we don't no one speak about it. You just said it. You said it. This generation is, you know, social media and like attention high. That's crazy. Because they, you know what I'm saying? Like for him, I feel like if he really did do it, it was a situation where he wanted to, I shot XX, whatever his name, XXXTentacion, I shot him. But then when it come to pass that the man was dead, then his old video go up. You see the video that he put up? I didn't, you know, I ain't have nothing to do with that. It was just
graduated from high school. Just came out of high school a few weeks ago. The boy.
Yeah, he did.
Just graduated from high school and you possibly mess with the rest of your life. Like, that's stupid.
Now I'm wondering if I didn't see the video when he said he shot it. I'm wondering if the rumors went around first. You know how rumors, somebody say, hey, Tasha, the word's going around that you did it. You know, so now you jump on Instagram like, I guess I just you know what I'm saying, I just shot such and such. I'm about to go viral. So I'm wondering if it came out that way versus he actually did it.
Why would you play around with that? Why would you play around with that?
Yo.
Did he delete that?
Yeah, it was
No. The video is not deleted.
No, I'm talking about the tweet.
Twitter joint.
It's deleted. Yeah, the tweet saying that I shot him is deleted.
Back in the day when I was younger, and I was, you know, in things I shouldn't have been. Well, this one wasn't even my fault. I had some beef with some dudes, and the next day one of the guys got shot, and everyone thought I did it. So now they coming for me. And I just put the word out there. I didn't want no attention. I just put the word out there. I didn't even go to the dudes. I told someone who I knew was gonna tell other people. I was like, yo, I don't even get down like that. That wasn't me. And of course, word got around, but of course the dudes didn't believe me. You know what I'm saying? Didn't believe I didn't do it. But to go out there and say, like attention, I don't want that attention. Like that's negativity, man. And them kind of things always gonna come back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
All I know is rest in peace. Yeah. Condolence to the family and the friends.
No, he's Jamaican, right?
Oh,
he's Jamaican descent. He's German, Italian,
Yeah. Cause he's from Lauderdale. I didn't know. When I first came to Florida, I was living in Lauderdale.
And that's crazy. You get shot in your own state. shot killing your own state, like your state
tells you that you can't stay where you live at anymore.
Well,
most people do.
But that I don't that's just messed up.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing is, yo, you gonna rob somebody all day? Go ahead, rob them.
But they try to make it look like a. But wait.
I don't think this is a robbery.
They try to make it look like. But what y'all think though? Because I hear people. You know, when you now everybody have talking. You know, prior to him dying, as you say you posted video, Tosh, where he was saying like, if for some freak accident and I die, like.
Or he's a sacrifice.
Right. So I'm like listening to that video, like, yo. So what? He must know something we don't know. And I feel like, why would you say that? Why would you say...
But watch this. Who said that before? Didn't Big say that?
Yeah.
Before Big
right, but that's what I'm saying.
Tupac said the same thing.
Is there...
What's the connection?
What's the connection? Like, is this...
Know.
You know what I'm saying? Like...
Well, you know what? What's funny is I actually brought that up to my friends and we had that conversation. They brought up a good point and stated that just because we feel like it might be Illuminati, because I thought about that. You know, they said... We don't know what the reason is. We're going to make up in our own head, like what exactly we think. But who knows why? He knows why he said that. It could have been sacrifice, could have been something to do with a family. It could have been something to do with something he did years ago. He knows why he said that. We'll never know. But of course, everybody's going to put their perception into why they think it is. So.
Right, but I don't know.
Only he knows.
And I'll just say this too, like there's other dudes. All these guys, they look the same. Like I don't know no rappers anymore. Like I feel like my parents.
Yeah, because I damn sure was lost.
Other things that happened too as well with a couple other. Because just a couple days before that,
did somebody get like a home invasion?
Rich the Kid actually, I listened to him. Well, I listened to him because my kids listen to him. So they all actually rap together. They have been on collaborations together. But Rich the Kid had a home invasion. They claimed that was a setup, and he was actually, they came in with guns on him, but he fought them off. And so I guess he's in the hospital right now. And then right after, a lot of people don't know, but right after XXXTentacion got shot, like about a couple hours or 3 hours later, another young man died, got shot the same way. Got shot by a drive-by named Jimmy Wapu, and that happened in Philly. So that literally was about 4 hours or something like that. And they said he was a good rapper as well.
And another thing, somebody posted, I don't know. I just feel like it be nuggets, it be points to these things. Somebody said, "Yo, the society mad stupid. Y'all really think that what's her name? The lady we talked about last week." Kate Spade and the food guy, y'all really think they commit suicide? Y'all stupid. Like, they saying, like I really be feeling like
I mean, we weren't there, you know what I'm saying?
We weren't there, but I really think y'all watch Scandal? I really think that damn Scandal was be exposing stuff.
So, talking about that, did you guys go see Super Bowl? Oh, sorry. Did you guys go see Super Bowl?
I didn't see it. Tasha said she liked it.
Really?
I was disappointed.
So, what was that different?
Oh, I thought it was not. Oh.
So, no, I actually went and seen it, and I thought it was pretty decent. But I thought watching the movie was funny because when the shooting happened the next day, things came to mind because when I watched the movie, there was a little bit of stuff in there too. They were trying to listen to little messages they were putting in there as well. So you just had to really pay attention to it. But
they throwing them out there.
I think that they put messages in that movie as well to let us know like what's really going on in today's society. So I mean, I look at it different. I'm actually gonna watch it again probably for the second time, just to kind of get those messages. But it was a pretty good movie.
A lot of movies they be throwing stuff in there.
I think there's like she said, it's the messages.
Well, I mean, every movie.
Yeah,
pretty much. One of the biggest ones, y'all know I'm really big on that. The Sunken Place one.
Get Out.
Get Out. A lot of stuff went down in that damn movie. But I mean, it's just crazy. I don't understand what's going on right now, and it's just too much.
The end of the world. You guys gotta get right. You gotta get right.
The hearts of men will wax cold. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. That's what it is.
You gotta get right.
It's getting close.
And the only reason why we can really view it now is because we all have technology. We can see it. This thing's been happening years ago, but we're able to see it now in full flesh because We have phones, we have laptops, we have internet, we have TV, we have all of that now. We can actually view it live right there and then, you know. As Tasha said now, and Jason said now, people are literally pulling out their phones instead of helping someone, you know, and videoing things, you know. So it's like everybody's wanting to get that first initial report. That's what it's all about, because we're living in this, but we're living in this time with reality. This is the reality we live, and it's scary. It's scary for us that have teenagers. It's scary for us that have young children that are coming up in this generation. It is hella scary, guys, and I'm just telling you, like, you have to. This is the point where, I mean, the parents are getting younger. As you can see, we're not older. We're younger parents. You got younger grandparents. So we're not even educated the way we need to be educated in order to educate these kids. But if you can, that's what, maybe read. We gotta start reading ourselves so we can teach these kids what's going on, because this society we live in is not. It's not good. It's really sad. That's all I can say. It's sad situation. So
my last topic, y'all, I just want to touch base on this. So I know Wale did an interview with the Breakfast Club, and he made a statement saying that, basically saying, you know, because of his darker skin, you know, it's a little bit of, not racism, I guess you couldn't call it racism, but, you know,
colorism.
Yes. So for the lighter skinned artists, they're more successful because of the color of their skin.
I mean, I would agree with that all the way around, not just in music, and everything, and in life period, and in corporate, and in any job.
Sure.
Subconsciously, we have been taught
that goes back to
anything lighter, of course, the white is always better.
And it goes back to the Willie Lynch letter. It kind of goes back to that.
You know, so I mean, what he said is the truth.
It's facts. I mean, people was trying to, you know, obviously, but it's facts. I mean, growing up as a dark-skinned female, I know what it is. I know the struggle. I've seen so many beautiful dark-skinned women, and no offense to anyone that does this or feel like this is something they have to do, but that bleach their skin because they feel like they're not good enough, or they'll be viewed differently if their skin was lighter, or whatever it is that causes people to bleach their skin. But I thank God my head was always stronger than that, and I always took pride in my darker skin. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. It was a struggle, especially in the 80s. You know, dark skin was definitely not popping. That's why it was so easy for most people to resort to bleaching their skin and stuff like that, because at least a little bit now they're starting to glorify darker skin. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like where it needs to be, but it's not as demeaning. Like, being dark skin is not as demeaning as it was when I was growing up. Having dark skin, girl, you had every name in the book.
What?
So I think for the boys, it wasn't until in the 90s when Wesley Snipes was popping. That's when everyone started looking at it.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jason.
I'm thinking all the names, you know, Blackie, you know what I'm saying?
They used to call you that too?
No, I wasn't that black. I ain't that black.
So you used to do that to people too?
I ain't never called my black.
Did you get quarter names or you was calling people names?
Right, because it sounded like she was calling people names.
Which one were you?
She over there giggling.
I was good. Maybe I could. I'm sorry.
But yo, like real talk. But you know something that was messed up was So when I was coming up, we used to always compare.
What is it called, you shorty?
Nah, Gina, and
She got jokes
today. But you know what? I never had hang-ups being short.
Oh, you did?
Nah.
You sure?
Never. Cause anything a tall dude could do, coming up, I could dunk. I could
dunk it on them?
Yeah. I could dunk when I was younger. I was always strong. I was always the fastest. So anything anyone tall could do, I was making sure I could do it better than them.
So you could, like at home, you could put stuff in the top shelf. I'm sorry, y'all. Come on, y'all, stop.
Ain't nothing told me.
That's right. You just get the ladder and just out.
Ooh, yeah,
That's all right, Jason.
But they not about my height, my
complexion. Let's get back to
complexion though.
See, Tasha over here like.
Y'all taking it somewhere else, man.
Because I'm mad. Just jumping up on both legs trying to get to
Leave Jason alone. Jason, she's taking it too far, right?
Yeah, I never cared about my
So yes, please.
But Martin, you got Gina and Pam.
Right.
And we always used to, all my friends, everyone was, Gina's so hot, whatever. We never used to talk about Pam.
Pam at all.
But honestly, in the back,
Pam.
I always.
Pam was flying than Gina.
Right.
Yes.
Her shape was on one point.
Yeah.
Hair was always. I mean, they all they're beautiful women, both. But it was just like there was no. You know what I'm saying? And then the show ain't make it any better because they always demeaned her. Like,
they made Gina.
Bookshop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I always thought that Gina was I always thought Pam was a pretty woman. Mm-hmm. But I would never say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else is going with Gina, whatever.
But you see how Pam is still flying out.
Yeah.
You want like Escape too? When they came out with Escape and Tiny was
the cute one back then. Mm-hmm. But you see who's dried up now. No disrespect.
Yes, please, because you know sometimes you get blackballed. You say certain things.
But I mean, looking now, we woke now. The concept of melanin and understand what melanin is and how expensive it is. And this is something that we produce. The darker you are, the more melanin you produce. They can't go to space without melanin.
The black of the berry.
And people spend money. People spend money to obtain what comes out your body.
Right. Yep, absolutely. So
yo, shout to the Dawson.
That's right.
So all the people that call her black,
she must think she light skinned because she 1 or 2 shades down. She must think she light skinned. They ain't call me.
I was a little lighter, but when I came to Florida, I got a little toasted. So
you hear the word she used? She got a little toasted, right? Really? You got a little toasted?
Let me stop.
So dark people are toasted?
Dark is beautiful, honey. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the dark-skinned brothers out there because y'all are fine. Oh my God. Hey, boo. Yeah,
you better switch your mouth. She better switch that mouth quick.
Dark brothers, are they little African kings?
Oh, okay. So
I like them black. I like them dark, honey. Like,
you doing too much.
Dark chocolate, you know what I mean?
You doing too much.
Little beard. Hey. Okay.
I can't, y'all. So we are going to wrap it up for the night. Those are the topics as well. Did you guys have anything else y'all want to address? Nah, well, we're going to wrap it up with our Black-owned business shout-outs. So,
for me, mine's not a business shout-out, but I really have to give these people a shout-out because I am like a fan of them. So, when I click like on all your stuff, please, guys, don't think that I'm like stalking, but I love their movement. So, I don't know how I even came across them. I think I came across them through a rapper. To be honest with you, I think I went through a rapper. I can't even remember which rapper it was, but okay, so I remember it now. I have a friend that does videography work. Mm-hmm. Well, a guy that I did a video with, and he uses a certain videographer, which you know how it goes with Instagram, y'all. Y'all just keep clicking on people's pages. But and then they had a little rapper that they used, and I was looking at the little rapper's video, and from the rapper, I seen this movement, and they are called G's Us. And they got the little G's and they got the slash and they got the us. And I was like, well, what's that about? Did you see that? And I was like, well, and of course, because I'm nosy and that's what we do on social media, we click on everybody's pages till we get to like the 20th person. But anyway, and I found them and I have been following them since. I'm like, this movement is when I say like, so they're like gangsta, their whole thing is G's Us, which is like gangsta for Jesus, pretty much. And I'm ready to get my shirt, everything. I'm ready to join y'all with whatever. Whenever y'all ready to march, let's go. Because I just think they talking about if they ain't gonna be gangsters, they gonna be gangsters for Jesus. And so I'm loving it right now. Like I said, it's G's/us. Join the movement. They got their little shirts. They got everything. And I mean, they're basically just telling you about Christ, and you can do it, and you know what I'm saying? A little gangster swag, but you know, not shoot up anyone, bang bang, but you know what I mean. You know, use your Bible to shoot them up. You see what I'm saying? So, well, I'm sorry.
Oh my damn. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my homegirl. Well, I want to say my homegirl, my hairstylist.
Hair's banging.
Yes, Amoy. She hooked this hair up. I'm so happy with her work. And like I had put a post about her, the one thing I love about Amoy is that she's into hair care as well. You know, like she is, when you come, she educates you on your hair. And she told me straight up, she said, listen, if you two eat out, your hair ain't right, she don't like to, you know what I'm saying? She likes to make sure she's doing hair that's healthy. Not just, oh, you come and everything all eat out in the middle and you want braids, you know, and stuff like that. But I love the fact that she's into hair care and she makes sure she educates you on your hair type, what's good to put on your hair, build up. You know, she doesn't, a lot of braiders, they advertise it. Make sure your hair blew out straight, wash, blow out straight when you come get your hair braided. No, you come and you get a service. She wash your hair, blow it out, do everything, braid your hair, and she take her time. We was in there last night till late. But she didn't try to rush. You know, when sometimes it's late and you want to hurry up somebody here and you just rush the ends. No, she still took her time, even though we done late. Made sure everything was nice, neat, trim up and everything. Nice. So it is nice.
Did you have to supply your own hair?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you supply your own hair, but I think this is Expressions.
Oh.
And it's 1.5 bag because the Expressions here.
Sukiyaki.
No, that's cake on.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, but I think it's the way that the greater hair is kind of different than like the regular kinkle.
Right, I know.
It's a little bit different. So, and then it's super long. So,
was able to use
right. So yeah, so I think it was like 1.5 or whatever. Anyway, so she did a wonderful job. I am absolutely love you. So for those who, you know what I'm saying, I can see it. You know what I'm saying?
It looks. She braided it too, where she made it look natural.
It's the new style. It's called dang, I forgot what it's called. But when you know, back in the days, you just get the piece of hair and you just cornrow all the way.
They don't do that.
And then you say if like you get to like right here and you running out of hair, they just add on the hair and you could kind of like see the bubble and stuff like that. It's called feed-in braids. Yeah, feed-in braids. So as they braid in, they just take little pieces at a time. They braid and you know whatever. It's a whole technique, but I'm sure most women already know.
Natural.
But yeah, she did amazing. I'm so happy with my work, and I mean y'all check her out if you live in Central Florida area.
Can she braid my side? Cause you know my side got blown out. Boy, you get these sides, girl, cause they kind of.
She got you, honey. She got you. Go check her out. And yeah. So Jason, what you got?
Alright, my black business shout out goes to a young man. I'm not sure where he's out of, but he has if you go on Instagram and look up Cali Chulo. CaliChulo. Cali Chulo on Instagram, or you can go to CaliChuloClothing.com. Once again, a lot of woke, revolutionary t-shirts, clothing, whatever. Check them out, Cali Chulo on Instagram and CaliChulo.com. And once again, not once again, but we never mentioned it, but happy Juneteenth.
Yes.
This is the day that the last slaves in Texas knew that slavery was over in 1863. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't celebrated until all black people knew. But even that's kind of false because there was some black people that remained in slavery for a few years later because they didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? But today, Juneteenth, June 19th marks the day that we celebrate everyone finding out that slavery was over in 1863.
Nice. Yes. So happy
Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Guys, so thanks for listening. Thanks for everyone that's like supporting us every week and listening. I do appreciate you guys. And it's a wrap. Peace.